Hello, this is Shannon from Dreaming Tree, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to work with vinyl. So I created a few hand-lettered Christmas designs for all of you to play with. So for this project, what you're going to need is a 12 by 12 shadow box. I got mine at Michael's, but you can get yours at any sort of Hobby Lobby or Joann's. You will need some transfer paper. And you'll need some vinyl. I went ahead and got a little crazy and got some gold glittery vinyl for the letters to really make it pop on the glass. And then also for some just a little extra added stuff, you can use any sort of solid colors, any sort of patterns, which I've got some right here for you to look at. What I ended up doing was taking a solid color and then pairing it with a vellum to kind of subdue it so the letters stood out a little bit more. So I can walk you through the projects that I went ahead and did. So this one right here has a dark blue background, the gold glitter letters, and a polka dot vellum background to kind of make it pop a little bit. I added some bells just to kind of make it a little more fun, a little blow for you, and you can add whatever you want. You can find any sort of ornaments or whatever to kind of place in your boxes. I also have this one right here, same style, just a dark green background paired with the polka dot vellum. And then I also have this one over here with the silver glitter vinyl with red and the polka dots as well. Just to let you all know, I did use the Silhouette Cameo to make all of the designs, but any electronic cutting machine will work just fine. So let's go ahead and grab our shadow boxes, our files from Dreaming Tree, and get started. So here's the original hand-lettered design, and then I just bring it in the computer, I vectorize it, and then turn it into a file for everybody to be able to use, and then we cut it, and it turns out to be this. So this is the design that we're going to be working with. I switched it up a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and use the gold vinyl for this, and I'm just going to show you how to weed it a little bit easier. So basically what I like to go and do is I like to start with like the bigger corners first and kind of go in. You can get your own little silhouette pick-me-up and just get in there, kind of get a corner real quick and pull it up. And then with some of these smaller lines, what kind of helps is to go ahead and just cut the pieces around it. You just put it wherever. And then make sure when you're pulling it up that once you get closer to these smaller lines, you use that little pick-me-up to kind of press down to make sure you keep all the pieces in place. The cutting's not really necessary, just kind of, I feel like it helps me with like the leverage when you're coming through into these little smaller areas. This is a little bit of a tedious project going through all the weeding. Just takes a little bit of patience and trial and error to get used to this, but after a while, it gets a lot easier. So go ahead and get your original file nearby so you can use it as reference so you know what to weed and what not to, and just take your time and we will be back to show you the final steps. So this is what your sheet should look like after you're done weeding the design. Just go ahead and double check, make sure no pieces are popping up and all the in-betweens of the B's and Y's and everything are all cleared. And in a perfect world, all of this would come up super easy in one sheet and you're good to go, but there's going to be a little bit of adjustment. Some of these pieces are going to be moving, but it's okay. You can easily just pop it back in place and you're good to go. So next what we're going to need is the transfer paper. So all you got to do is just go in and peel that. And the side that you're going to need is the side that has the little checkerboard on it. So just go ahead and pull that off. And then just go ahead and lay this on your design. This doesn't have to be perfect. This literally is just going to help you move this over to the glass. So just go ahead, place it on top of your design. Flatten it out. You can use your little silhouette scraper and just make sure that it's sticking to all of the vinyl. I like to go over it a bunch of times just because I'm OCD. I want to make sure that everything is perfect and pulls off. So once you have everything pieced onto your transfer paper, what I like to do is I like to flip it upside down and take some sort of hard card. You can use your credit card. I'm using my little Starbucks gift card. And I just like to take the corner and just pull until you start seeing the design. At this point, it's really important to go slow to make sure you get all the pieces and that this transfer paper doesn't roll on top of each other. Just take your card. These bigger letters kind of come off a lot easier. And I mean, this is just the method that works best for me. Some people do it the opposite way with the transfer papers on top. Just either way, all of the design needs to be transferred onto the transfer paper. So whichever way works best for you will work just fine. Let's see what we've got. That's all nice and pretty. So I got this little piece that kind of stuck up just a bit. There we go, fix that real quick and we're good to go. So once you've peeled it all off, just to ensure you've got the best placement, I like to kind of trim the transfer paper. You can trim, you can not trim. It helps me make sure that I'm aligning it on the glass as well as possible. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I leave some room around everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut along this line right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and trim off, let's see, I'll just trim off this one right here. Right. So once you get your glass, make sure you center it in your workspace, make sure you've Windexed it down, got all the fingerprints and dust off of it. It just helps the vinyl stick a lot better. So go ahead and take your vinyl and position it over the best and center it the best that you can. Let's see, right about here will work. And then what you're going to do at this point is just smooth it out. Maybe take your little scraper and then peel it off slowly. That's okay. You just go ahead. Final part, just peel from this edge. And now you have your vinyl on your glass. So at this point, now that you have your glass on your vinyl, you can decorate your shadow box however you like. Just go ahead, pop the glass back into the box and choose whatever sort of backgrounds, little trinkets, ornaments, bows, whatever you'd like to jazz up your own box, make it your own. I really hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone does with their own on the Dreaming Tree Facebook page.